G'day. Good morning. It's Fish the Beach Bum Investor with your cryptocurrency discussion and report for the 9th of February 2018. Binance, as we heard at the end of our stream yesterday, a couple of people coming on saying that they couldn't get onto their Binance accounts, and that did continue unscheduled and unannounced for 24 hours or so. It's trading's scheduled to resume in a little under 4 hours at 4 a.m. UTC time. Just going to pop over to the chat and see who's in. Hourglass, Baby Junkie, Floyd, Crypto Stain. What's up, Fish? You like rap? I got a song for you. Check out. Go ahead, Crypto Stain. What song is it, man? Tips up, Ethercept. How are you, bro? Accumulation time till the big boom, says Hourglass. Always, ever the optimist. Hourglass, the optimist, the crypto optimist. Joe's in, Blue Collar Crypto. There's a live stream of the World Economic Forum. They're talking crypto. Cool, go over and watch that. There's probably better information than here. Andy G. Wilkie, what's going on, dude? So yeah, Binance shut down trading. And what I want to do is bring you over to screen share and just show you the public response, the public feeling towards that. Key Glock, Russian cream, check it, bro. Cool, man. Key Glock. I'm just going to copy this message before I go to screen share. I'll just put it in the browser thing so I remember to do it. Cheers, Crypto Stone. All right. What I'm going to do is come over to screen share and show you this tweet from Binance and the public response to it, which in the whole is not overly favorable, but some people taking a bit more of a positive approach to it. So this is the Binance tweet. Due to an unforeseen slowdown in the speed of our data sync, we now estimate for all trading activity to resume at 9th of February 2018 at 4 a.m. UTC. In the 30 minutes prior to the commencement of trading, users will be able to utilize all other account-related functions. Let's have a look at some of the responses from the public. This one here, this is insane. 24 hours of downtime is completely unacceptable. Those bags seem so heavy. Too heavy, I'm sure that they caused the crash. Cannot handle the volume. This was an interesting one. This is how everyone should be reacting. I can't get over the amount of children throwing fits. That was interesting. Yeah, so there were a few ones. This one said, this Brandon was referring to Block R, who said, yep, shit happens, but it's not great. But at least they are being transparent. And Brandon said, not true. First of all, they said it was server maintenance, which it was not. Then they said it would be fixed within an hour, also a lie. Obviously, you're not a day trader. You'd be flipping out losing thousands of dollars. Let people be mad. I saw another thing that said, it's good that it's down. Oh, here it is. Binance just saved all you noobs tons of money by forcing you to hold. Thought that was an interesting one. Yeah, anyway, so the general consensus is not great. I actually like this person's comment saying that everyone's acting a bit like children because honestly, guys, this is part of the risk you take when you're investing. We've talked about how many things can go wrong. And Binance could have been hacked and you lost everything. That can happen, has happened before. So, I think this is part of the risk that you take on when you're investing in the crypto economy, especially during these teething times. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. I don't think it's a major disaster. Some people were actually suggesting that Binance should do something similar to Kraken. Kraken did 15 days, I understand, of 0% trade fees. So 0 fees at all on trading to compensate for when they had a 24-hour outage. So a lot of people are asking, will they do the same? Floyd, how's things, man? Yeah, I think so, Hourglass. That's what I was actually thinking as well. Hourglass said sell-off once Binance opens up. Friday, buy a day, baby. I think it could be a sell-off because things like this tend to unsettle the market. And don't forget people who are playing with borrowed money that they now need to pay back. And we know that's a huge part of the market. Borrowed money is making up a huge part of this market. If the evidence I've found in my research is anything to go by, which means people can't afford it, which means they're going to have to withdraw. It could turn down again once Binance reopens in 4 hours. We'll see what happens. Could go either way though. It could be people FOMOing the crap out of it. You know, all the Koreans have finally got down to the bank, or a lot of the big ones, done their KYC, and now they're like, Binance, come on, open. I want these coins. I've just done my KYC. Who knows? Could go either way. Adrian DeFazio. Hey, been watching the uploaded streams for a while. Love them. Glad to finally make a live one. Good to have you on board, Adrian. In for a convo, man. If you want to have Adrian, since you've been watching for a while, and if you've got any coins you want to have a look at on the show today, we'll have a look for you. So let us know if you've got any favorites, Adrian, that you want to have a look at. We can get the opinion of the Crypto Wave investment crew. A lot of our good investors in today. Wilkie's not one of them. Just kidding. Wilkie, bloody Chinese, eh? Stop being racist, Wilkie. Hourglass. Got my dollar cost average on lock. Disciplined investments. Well done, Hourglass. Hold your coins off exchange, says Wilkie. Got many wallets to download. Yeah, man. I got a stack of wallets running. You know that, Wilkie. We're constantly sending each other bloody addresses. Michael Jordan said, Binance is down. What happened? They're saying that there was a, due to the volumes, they were having issues syncing their data to actually launch trading again, Michael Jordan. We are expecting trading to launch again in 3 hours and 24 minutes, roughly. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which way the market goes after that. What's Joey got to say? I'm going to start the rumor here. They were down because they are planning to list Byteball, and they want to be prepared for the huge influx of volume. Don't they already have Byteball, Joe? And Joe's joking, by the way. He's not really trying to start a rumor. Obviously, they're a big Byteball fan. But I thought they already had. What is selling off then? Are you talking about like just the dips in the last hour? I just think that's general fluctuations of the market. It's been pretty good 24-hour period. We've had a lot of good run-ups. Prices look pretty steady to me. I'm pretty happy with them. Oh, it's just Bittrex, is it? Okay. I didn't know that, Joe. I thought it was over on Binance as well. Interesting. And Cryptox. Oh, CryptoX. But there's hardly any volume there. Yeah, Joe, we got listed recently on Binance. PIVX. It did well for us temporarily. And then the whole market fell down. We fell with it. But yeah, man, that would obviously be increasing that availability for Byteball is obviously going to be a key for your strategy in 2018 for the team strategy there. Do you think there's much more to go before hitting rock bottom market cap chart? Looks like there could still be more downside. PKV 161122116112221. I'm just going to call you PKV from now on, if that's okay. PKV, yeah. I suggested yesterday that supports usually get tested twice, and I don't think we've really had a solid support test on like the 7.4 or the 6. Like I was sort of making 7.4 a support, around 6,000 a support. So I thought if we tested those marks really solidly, we could be back off to the races again. But yeah, gold back cryptos PKV. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I got to look more into it. But why wouldn't you just buy the gold? That was my thoughts. And I saw DigiDAO running up, and I was trying to figure out how it brings that much value when isn't it 1 coin per 1 gram? Now a gram of gold is $43 US or something like that. We looked it up on the show a couple of days ago because this was confusing me. So I've got to look more into that to understand it. But my initial instinct is if I'm going to buy gold, I'm going to buy physical gold. I have done previously, and that's what I do. I do hold some gold. Not in my house. Please, no one come and try and rob me. Yeah, Joe's thinking that the lack of availability for Byteballs is holding down the price. All I am is in. Michael Jordan, how come Aussies always have positive attitudes? Are there depressed Aussies out there? Michael Jordan, there are, but man, let me show you. Sorry for the walk around, guys, but this is the weather outside today. By the way, the Love Shack. The weather outside today. Have a look at that. This is classic. Don't mind my front yard, which hasn't been mowed in a long time. Awesome. I'm going down to the beach after this. So it's hard to be depressed in a place like this, especially, you know, we get a lot of sunlight hours, so you can get your surf in before or after work. It's most people pretty happy around here. I hope you could see that. Don't know how easy it was plugging back in. But that's why Aussies are always so happy, I guess. Just noticed my first distribution on COS, small amounts, but I have balances in about 40 different coins that I've never purchased. Residual income is nice. Mark G, doing the same thing over on KuCoin, my friend. I have KuCoin shares, and I'm accumulating all sorts of coins with my KuCoin shares. Slowly, but it's a long-term play. I've always said that I think the centralized exchanges have the first mover advantage. There are going to be some investors who demand centralized exchanges, and I think for that reason, the centralized and decentralized exchanges will coexist for some time. PKV. Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah, no worries, man. I haven't even tried logging to my Binance account. I'm not a day trader, but if the market dips, they will get hurt. Yeah, it's beautiful here. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Like, if you guys go on, I'll show you what's happening just down the road from me. Okay, I'll bring up Coastal Watch and I'll just get through the ad and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'll bring up like Snapper Rocks, or I'll bring up Rainbow Bay and I'll show you in the world. Sorry about that. I'll just turn the sound off. But yeah, I'll bring up this and show you where I'm going after this. We might have to cop an ad, but this is just down the road from my house, like less than a mile, about 1.5 kilometers. When we finish the ad, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but oh, SF doesn't look that great, but it's beautiful water, right? Oh, do we really need to zoom in over there? These cameras don't always get the best set, but when it's big, it can break out where that's showing now. So that's zooming through to Kira now. That's about 2 kilometers, 2.5 kilometers from where I am. So those rocks that you can see that it's just zoomed in on, that's Kira, famous break. On this side here is Coolangatta, the main beach of Coolangatta. And this is up to Greenmount, the point where it's scanning through to now. You can see just beautiful little runners. This is actually where I learned to surf when I was like 5 years old. My first ever stand-up wave was at Greenmount Beach on this point here. See beautiful water. And then if we go further up the point, we get to, you know, Snapper Rocks. And then we go around the headland to D-Bar. But you can see the water's just gorgeous. So I'll just take the mal out and go for a paddle after this or something. So yeah, it's good not always to talk crypto. So there's a little bit of a... I'll be doing live streams from down at the Quickie Pro too, guys. So yeah, from the Quicksilver Pro, that starts in March. I'll do live streams from down there, and I'll probably be down there giving away some PIVX and being a bit silly, so getting amongst it. So yeah, beautiful area of the world. Very, very lucky to live here. Yeah, Hourglass, this is my crib, man. It's an absolute beach shack, but it's also a 6-bedroom beach shack. And in this part of the world, like, okay, the place down the road, 2 doors down, is the same size block and has a 2-bedroom house, and just sold for double what I paid for this 5 years ago. So I'm pretty happy. So yeah, it brings me, well, does bring me a good rental income when it's actually being rented. Not at the moment. Yeah, it's a paradise. It certainly is, Michael Jordan. Yeah, Gold Coast, mate, beautiful. Southern end of the Gold Coast, some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. And northern New South Wales, of course. It's effing snowing here, said MJ. Mark G said 6 inches of snow in Toronto yesterday and going down to -14 Celsius. Wow, that's cold. I ate breakfast, Mark G, in -14 degrees in Whistler. About -14, -15 degrees. And I was moving from the hotel I was staying at because I decided to stay and prolong my stay in Whistler, and I moved into my brother's house. So I had all my gear with me, and I'd walk, like I'd caught the bus up into Whistler and then, walked all through. Oh no, because I was staying near, in Whistler, so I walked through to where I got breakfast. I was sweating because I was wearing that many jackets and that because it wouldn't all fit in my bag. And so I said, oh, I'll eat breakfast outside. And they looked at me like I was crazy. I took my gloves off and ate breakfast outside. I've never experienced that sort of pain before, man. My hands felt like they were going to fall off. I don't do cold well. Stephen Milner, anyone participating in the Litecoin Cash fork of Litecoin? What do you have to do to participate? Just hold Litecoin? I'm not really interested, man. Yeah, there is a lot of sharks in the waters. There are, Michael Jordan, but as you can see, the water's crystal clear a lot of the time as well. So the sharks are less inclined to make a mistake, which is most of the time what causes a shark encounter. So shark encounters on the Gold Coast, knock on wood, we haven't had one like an actual attack for, I think, about 6 or 7 years at Nobby's Beach was the last one that I can remember. So they are few and far between. You've got much better chance of, this is a bit morbid, but you've got much better chance of being injured or killed on your way to the beach. While watching crypto, the big money is smart and manipulates the market. I'm sure of it. Nice. Yeah, 2x on the house in 5 years is nice, Mark G. That's really good in the housing market. I bought low and I squeezed like crazy because I knew the guy was a motivated seller. So I got a very good price on buying. And yeah, I had someone come and knock on the door the other day and say, oh, are you interested in selling? I said, well, everything's for sale. And they said, oh, how much would you take? I said, 5 million. Of course, it's not worth anywhere near that. And she looked at me, oh, 5 million. And I said, I'm joking. But my point is I'm not a motivated seller. I have 6 bedrooms here that bring me an income. So it's going to have to be a bloody good offer for me to move. All right, let's see what we've got here. Adrian. Cheers, bud. Have you seen Huobi token? HT, essentially the same concept as Binance coin, however, for the Huobi exchange. 500,000 max supply with token burn as they are used. Still not very well known, but worth a look if you missed BNB. Adrian, this is going to be a little bit difficult because I don't know the token burn ratio, but we can get a rough idea. Does it base on, because we can do some maths for that, man. We can do some maths and actually get a valuation of the company based on Huobi's turnover through the exchange and based on how much trade fee they're charging and how much of a reduction holding the Huobi coin actually reduce. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do it for you. I'll try and find out the burn rate of the tokens as well and understand how that works. I won't be able to do it for you live because I'll have to just write a little formula, but I will do a Huobi formula to actually tell you what I think a justifiable price for the Huobi token is. So we won't look at it on the show today because we've all seen Huobi exchange come up a million times when we've looked at markets. So we understand what it is. But what I will do is I'll grab that, I'll do some maths on the old bodyboard and I'll do a Huobi token formula, HT. Good suggestion, Adrian. Thank you. Phil Davis. Hey, Fish, how are you, mate? Are you on the crew tackling any ICOs at the moment? Phil Davis? Zhao's running one at the moment. I don't even know what that's for. I didn't get into it. But I've just had a friend ask me to have a look at one. And I like it. I like it. I've just put it in ICO chat to see what you guys think of it. I don't want to announce it on the show because I have a strong feeling it'll be a sellout. So I've just put it in our ICO chat, Phil. So if you want to go have a look, man. ICO chat, I just asked everyone for their opinion. I like it. I haven't heard anyone's opinion yet, so we'll see what happens, but looks really interesting to me. Adrian said, also, Huobi may not have started their marketing campaign fully yet. You know, it's been really successful, Adrian. I don't know if you're in contact. A lot of the people who come in here are in contact with devs and things like that. But the referral programs have been really successful for building exchanges. I mean, Binance skyrocketed on the referral program to over 6 million members, and KuCoin after no time would add 2 million members through a referral program. So perhaps that's something that, if they haven't already, that's something that Huobi could look into. You watched that Wolf of Wall Street video about crypto. It was pretty interesting, and some of his points really hit home to me. of course, I don't trust this guy, but it got me thinking. Jordan Belfort. Yeah, no, I haven't watched the most recent one. I hear there's been a more recent one released. Yeah, I don't. I mean, he's a scammer. I don't really pay attention to what he says. I wish a PIVX masternode was 1,000 like Dash, not 10,000. I'm priced out. Mark G, yes, you are. You might be priced out of PIVX masternode, man. But the good thing is, you can stake. Like your staking, that's the thing. Like my goal is a PIVX masternode as well, but it's kind of just one of those mental barriers, right? Because I'll show you why. Can I show you why? Let's go and have a look at something. This is why PIVX is a good hold if you're into residual income coins. I want to show you. This is why it doesn't matter, man. You don't have to reach for that massive goal in your first year. You can make that like a life goal, like a long-term goal of savings. So PIVX crypto node. All right. I'm going to show you something, man. So we've got the 10,000 base in there, right? And we've got here in the PIVX masternode thing, it shows you the difference in your earnings over the month. Okay. Now your earnings, if you're holding a masternode per month at the current prices, et cetera, are $252.74. Now for staking, it's $231.10. So roughly, 10% different in the overall reward, but the overall percentage difference from staking on a masternode and just general staking is not that much different. It really isn't. So if we reduce this down, you can see we won't run a masternode if we just had, say, 500 coins. But we can still get a reward once a month on 500 coins, extra 2.16 PIV. So, yeah. I mean, if you look at 500 coins and the cost now to be what, $2.5 grand or something like that, maybe. Yeah, but just say roughly $2.5 grand, and then you're going to get $11.55 a month. So that's roughly $130 a year. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Like it's sustainable. That's what I've always spoken about with you guys. Sustainable. Oh, hang on, I've gone to the wrong one. Sustainable inflation rates. Don't forget we do have coin burnings as well. Our coins also, similar to Huobi, I guess, our coins get burnt when they get used as well. So our inflation rate as it is can become deflationary. Yeah, it sounds a bit dodgy. Do you have to give them your private keys to claim your Litecoin Cash? Yeah, if there's anything like that involved, I would stay well away from it. Also, replay protection. You want to make sure that they've got replay protection. Otherwise, if they're forking from Litecoin, you could see replay tax. I wouldn't move it. I wouldn't touch it. If they don't have replay protection, do not risk it. You'll lose your Litecoin. Imagine Jordan Belfort in crypto. Most of his income was earned by aggressively selling and calling people. In crypto, you don't have to call anyone. Mark G said, what would I search on YouTube to see that interview? Oh, yeah, you can't post it in the chat, Crypto Stain. But if you, just change up one of the letters or something, so it's not actually a link, or you just remove the dot and type DOT to symbol the dot in between the .com. That'll allow you to post it, and then Mark G can get it from that. He basically trashed crypto. Yeah, super recent, but some of his points made a bit of sense. I know you guys don't like Tron. The explanation about the plagiarism seems pretty good. I first bought after their crash, so I'm okay. But now they are selling Tron dogs like crypto critties. WTF. Yeah, there's also Neo hash puppies, man. Blue collar crypto. Jordan Belfort noticed the ability to scam people with ICO and saw it coming. He was wrong about crypto as a whole, but he did see the scam aspect of some ICOs. Yeah, well, mate, he's very well experienced in that, isn't he? Chase F is in. How are you, mate? Grinkers, I'm 25% of the way to a PIVX masternode. Hashtag soon. Damn it, you'll beat me there. I'm pretty confident. We'll see. We'll see. We should probably actually start voting for some community proposals. We're terrible. We just buy and hold it. We should actually start voting for some of the community proposals. Anyway, I really want to launch those other PIVX promotions in the next couple of weeks as well, guys. So I'll get more on Discord and talk to you about what we're going to do there. Got some really good ideas. He talked about the ability that the government could shut down crypto if it really wants to, and all we could do is only complain about it. And with how sensitive the market is to any kind of FUD. Yeah, if the American government closed it down, its doors down similar to China, it would be a big deal. Yeah, it would be. No doubt about it. It would have a short-term impact and perhaps long-term impact on the price as well. But I don't think traditionally free societies are going to stand for it. And I've often said, Crypto Stain, that they can shut down Bitcoin because it's a threat to the financial system. It's a threat to their US dollars. They can definitely shut down Tether for that same reason. They can shut down PIVX, man, the crypto I work for. They can, because we're offering an alternative to transaction mediums that are traditionally centralized and controlled by governments and financial institutions. But there's no way known that they're going to crush the whole blockchain industry. Blockchain tech has been invented. You can't uninvent it now. And people are finding use cases for it in all sorts of different industries. They can't stop that. They won't stop that because they can tax that. If there's more, more productivity, more profitability, then the government makes more revenue. So they're just trying to figure out how to get their hands on it. I'm pretty sure of that. How to tax it. That's all they want. Okay, I've missed a stack of comments probably. American government owned by Wall Street, JP Morgan and others getting into crypto. They won't outright ban it like China. They will regulate it and tax it for sure. Yeah, I agree. Trying to explain Neo to my co-worker is like talking Chinese, said Hourglass. Hourglass, just do what you do to everyone else. Just go, buy, it's going to the moon. Ultimate Neo shill. Here's Johnny. They're back online tonight. Thank God I can pull out and never go back. See, here's Johnny. So I'm professional freezing assets with no notice. Isn't Binance back online tomorrow, not today? 9th of the 4th, 9th of the 2nd, man, was the tweet. Hey, Johnny, a lot of people are reacting the same way as you are. I saw one of the tweets on that. We brought up the tweet before, and one of the reactions was almost identical to what you just said. It's like, done. And people can be super unforgiving when something like this happens. And, I think Here's Johnny won't be alone. Now, me, I try and take a more, I guess, a more forgiving and optimistic approach in that it's early days in the crypto economy. Binance is an exchange that's less than a year old, and it has grown very, very, very quickly. So can I be forgiving in that? Let's see how they react, The first step is getting the exchange up and running. If they were to offer, this is a good question for you. Here's Johnny. If they were to offer some sort of, if you're still in the chat, man, if they were to offer some sort of compensation in terms of Binance coin or a fee-free period, which I think would probably be a little bit silly because that would actually, that would kind of devalue the Binance coin for a bit, because the reason to hold Binance coin is to reduce your trade fees. So I think they'd be better off compensating people by giving additional Binance coins to people out of their own fund, if they were so inclined to compensate people, because they're going to get it back anyway through trade fees when people spend it. And plus, if they're giving Binance coins to people who've never held it before, that would encourage people to go, oh shit, that reduces my trade fees, and maybe it encourages more people to buy it, driving the price up. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on that, Johnny, if you're still around, man. If they were to offer some sort of compensation, would that sway you back to them, or are you just pissed off and done with it? Just want to hear your opinion, man. We love getting an opinion of the market in here. See what people are thinking. Mark Latham, as in taking a break from politics. Mark Latham, are you Aussie? Well, took a break a long time ago, I guess. How will the impending economy downturn crash in the United States and likely the rest of the world affect Bitcoin and crypto markets? Peter Schiff is confident of incoming recession. Yeah, I think a lot of people are starting to feel like that, Mark Latham. The Dow Jones dropped another 1,000 points, I understand. Massive drop again, second time in a week. The economy's been called as overheated for some time. A lot of people are suggesting that there is potentially another recession around the corner. And this is a huge debate, man. A huge debate, Mark. Is it going to be a safe haven? Is crypto going to act as a safe haven in times of political and economic turmoil? I'd rather have my money in crypto, but I'm like that. I don't know, man. Like Japanese yen, Swiss franc, gold, and crypto. That's what I'm hoping, you know. I think when people understand the fundamentals of crypto and understand the fundamentals of why our economies go through these bust and boom cycles, they will be looking for a less manipulatable option. Now, whether that's going to happen on this cycle of boom and bust or whether it'll happen on the next 8 to 10 year cycle, I don't know. But I think there is a general awakening coming. So I think more people will opt for crypto as a, you know, it doesn't seem like a stable thing at the moment because it's in its infancy, right? So the fluctuations and the volatility are huge. And, you know, really market cap, we're talking peanuts in a global economy. So I think long term, though, you'll actually see perhaps, you know, more stable performance from cryptos, especially, you know, the top ones, potentially than traditional fiats because they're less. Everyone knows what the inflation is going to be on any given coin. It's predetermined by maths, so it's good. We'll see. Crypto Stains chucked that interview in. Yatesy's in. Wade Weiss, did I miss out? Do we know the reason for the Binance closure? Wade, we went through it. Shut down, rather. Yeah, man. We went through it a little bit. They've cited. I'll see if I can. Hang on, I'll bring it up for you. We'll have a look at it again. That's right. It is one that's. I'll just bring you over to screen share, Wade. This is the tweet that was put out, man, and it's still been linked on their homepage. So their official standpoint is due to an unforeseen slowdown in the speed of our data sync. We now estimate for all trading activity resume at 9 of February 2018 at 4 a.m. So not long now. In the 30 minutes prior to the commencement of trading, users will be able to utilize their account-related functions. So yeah, they've quoted the speed of the data sync, slowdown of the speed in the data sync as the cause of the interruptions to trading on the Binance platform. So there you go. Not good, unfortunately. But like I said, I'm fairly forgiving of that because this is like we get the big benefits because we put up with the crap at the early stages while everyone's figuring everything out. Elysium Core's in. Oi, mate. I'm going to be meeting him soon, hopefully, when I travel to Japan at the end of the month. Looking forward to that. I'll send you my details over on Discord as well, Elysium Core, where I'm going to be staying that. Grinkus doesn't think recession. He thinks the Dow retracement's healthy. It was getting overheated, similar to crypto, I guess, Grinkus. Here's Johnny said, it's forgivable. They are communicating with customers and that says something for an unregulated exchange. Yeah, man. I think you're right, man. Here's Johnny. We've got to be a little bit forgiving at this stage. I think generally they've run a pretty good service. I've enjoyed buying my crypto on Binance. So, yeah, we'll see. No worries, Wade. All good, man. No, bro. I keep my crypto stain. I keep my ICX in my Ether wallet until the transfer happens, which should be happening soon enough. So until we actually transfer our ERC20 versions of the ICX token onto to an actual ICX coin, it will be staying. I've got 50 coins, 70 coins, something like that on exchanges, man. But most of it's sitting in the wallet. You guys know me. I like to store most of my stuff in my wallets. Mark G, met a guy from Indonesia, at my meetup on Tuesday. Government said if you buy, sell crypto, you will be arrested. He said his relatives won't even mention any coins or text or anything. It's done there. Yeah, it is for now, Mark G. Absolutely. 36 people here, only 11 likes. Hit it. That's a really healthy. I think that's a really healthy ratio. 1 in 3 people like me. Better than most politicians. Don't know if that should be my benchmark. Let's leave it there. Yeah, I don't know. Like Indonesia, yeah, they could ban it. They've also talked about banning alcohol in the country. They've also talked about, they take a pretty harsh stance on other things as well. So Indonesia's not a huge economy in terms of overall wealth. A lot of people, like 300 million, I think, off the top of my head, or 125 million. I can't remember. Those two numbers are sticking in my head for Indonesia for some reason. But a lot of people, but I don't know. Like I don't think it'd be a disaster. I think Japan going forward with it, US having fairly positive comments coming out of that Senate meeting, like a fairly positive tone to the whole thing. I think that's more important than Indonesia deciding that they're not going to accept it. It would have been good for Australia if Indonesia accepted it, because it's like one of our major holiday destinations, because it's right off our west coast. Like it only takes me 6 hours from the east coast. From the west coast, it takes 2 hours to fly. So it's a popular holiday destination. In Australia, we don't have a lot of places close by to go to. It's like New Zealand or Indonesia. Sorry, New Zealand, Indonesia. No, I'm joking. But yeah, so like 80% of tourism in Indo is made up of Aussies, and I'm pretty sure Aussies would be keen to go over there with a PIVX, a phone wallet loaded up with PIVX ready to spend on $2 pieces of shit sunglasses. Because even I buy them when I'm there. Yeah, so that's. I think when governments make decisions like this, they're actually restricting their countries. I think they're restricting the progress of their countries. I think their only concern is that they don't have control over it, and they're finding it hard to understand how to enforce taxation. Hey Pablo, you won that. Pablo was the third winner, by the way. For anyone interested, Pablo was the third winner of the Doug Poke troll competition. We asked people to go and comment on Doug Poke's foam on his latest video. I found so the winners were Chronicus, Pablo, and Spygo 2000 were the 3 winners of one PIVX. Just to let you know, I paid them off this morning. Jeff said, young exchange, I'll stay with them as they grow. Good on you, Jeff. Gotcha. So the next Mt. Gox, Binance can recover, and giving customers compensation would be a great way to keep trust in customers. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I don't think they should just ignore customers. Some sort of compensation, even if they did go with I think it could potentially hurt the Binance coin price for 2 weeks. But if they said, look, 2 weeks of fee-free trading, we my bad. We know we stuffed up, and we're going to try and make good for it. Because it's happened, right? So that's fine. We have to accept that. And if they do go the right way about making it up to their customers, at least do something. I think that's fine. I think it'll be well accepted. Tun Kai Atong is in. Small question. Will Ethereum Casper impending? Would you run an Ethereum staking pool with smart contract? I could consider it. What's the minimum? Tankai, I'd heard 1,000, man. We could do that within our crypto wave investment crew fairly easily. I'm pretty sure. So yes, we could potentially run a staking pool within the crypto wave investment crew. Is there any reason you ask? Are you interested in getting involved, Tankai? Yeah, that's something I could potentially be interested in committing to myself, and running on behalf of the crew. If the crew trusts me with that investment, that's fine. I'd, buddy, get some serious some serious. Can you stake it offline or something? I'd get some serious protection put on it though. Quantify Crypto got my support. Cool, man. I think you're talking about Binance as well. That's cool. Or maybe it's the Ethereum. Anyway, it's good to hear that something has your support. Welcome, man. I'm not sure I've seen you before. I saw a Bitcoin vending machine in Bali a few months ago, like an ATM. Sweet, man. Were you there a few months ago, Andy G? I might go over in a few months, like Mayish, I'm thinking. I had a mate who's opened up a surf resort over there. Nasu Surf Villas. Nasuru? I can't remember it. Thanks, Yatesy. Tong Kai Tong, check it out. Something about Indonesia. So best to fly to Indonesia with cash for a bank transaction, quicker and cheaper than giving it to a bank to do, and you can catch a swim too. Yeah, the problem with like when you go to there's a million different, like when you walk down through Kuta, if you're walking through Kuta's like major tourist part of Bali, and if you're walking through there, I'd say 20% of stores also have currency exchange. So you can literally exchange anywhere, but there's fees, right? So if you were just, universal currency where PIVX is PIVX and bang, no fees in the exchange. That's what that's one of the positive things that we're trying to look to do with cryptocurrency. It's a global currency for global market. Indonesian population was 261.1 million. So I was in between. What did I say? I said, I think 150 and 300, I think were my two amounts that I said. So I was around the mark. I'll give myself that. Stephen Milner, the president of the European Central Bank, has publicly stated that European banks could hold positions in Bitcoin after developments such as Bitcoin future contracts listing by US exchanges. Stephen Milner, excellent point, man. I had read it myself. Really, really cool. Europe looks to be taking a fairly welcoming stance to crypto, really. I mean, even I think it was the European, I can't remember who said it, but it was one of the European authorities, like one of the European governing bodies said, look, regulating crypto is just not on our high priority list at the moment. It's just not. So they're taking a fairly, I guess, hands-off approach, which could fare well for maybe that's why Lisk has done well. Lisk has been one of the top performers recently, even in a downturn market. It's held quite nicely. Lisk is heavily based in Europe. I think that could, if that's the case, maybe like Komodo with Monet's coming up as well. Like Monet's already have SEPA licenses, like licenses in SEPA countries for conducting business. So maybe that's something to look at if the European market's going to be one of the more friendly markets for crypto. It is panning out that way at the moment. It can change turn on a dime. We know that, but see what happens. Chris M, they're still down, man. I've got a time for you, Chris. We're looking at UTC time would be 2 hours and 45 minutes, bro. Let me just double check that. UTC time. Yeah, okay, so it's 1:15 in the morning. So you've got 2 hours and 45 minutes until the exchange, like the actual exchanges are open for trading, but only 2 hours and 15 minutes till the other functions are available. So if you're wanting to withdraw or deposit or something like that, you're going to be able to do that in 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 45 minutes till the trading starts. Be interesting to see which way it goes, whether like people have been panicking and needing that money out, and so it's going to cause a sell-off, because it's one of the major exchanges, so it can affect things. Or is it going to, is it going to be the Koreans FOMOing after finally getting down to their bank and doing their KYCs, and now they're desperate to buy in? Oh, Coin M, do you think the prices will plummet or go up once Binance reopens? Oh, Coin M, I am not, this is my opinion, and it can go 100% the other way, and I am not trying to propagate fear, but I think there's more likely to be a sell-off for two reasons. One, dissatisfied customers. Two, people who have overcapitalized and need the money now because they've borrowed it, and we know that that's a big part of the market. They're the weak hands that we have to shake out, guys, before we get serious investors who actually put the capital that they could afford, not overinvested and have to take it out on deals. So my honest opinion, I hate saying it, but I think that it could cause it to go down. What I'm hoping is that the career factor comes into play. Career, where they've had to go and do their KYCs in their banks. And okay, now they've done that. They're trying to get it done before the weekend. There's been a big rush in the last couple of days, and bang, that money all comes into Binance. Wishful thinking, maybe a little bit, which is why I think it's probably more likely to take a little retracement before the weekend. We'll see what happens. I've suggested that I think we need a bit like for the market to build confidence. I think we're going to need more tests at those support levels, those lower support levels. I could be wrong. I've been wrong so many times with the growth in this economy in terms of how quickly it kicks back and how far it grows. I'm usually on the conservative side. Here's Johnny. Here's Johnny said it's loads for me. It's not punch in and pairing like ETH BTC, and you should get in. Nodio, owner of Binance, is about third richest on the rich list. So one would think he would do the best with the exchange. He earns shitloads, so he would be silly to run with everyone's crypto. Oh yeah, man, he's got a profitable business model. He doesn't need to, if you look at a $6 billion trade volume, and let's assume that half people are trading with Binance coins, that's probably about right given the commissions I get. So let's say that the average fee they're taking is 0.05%. That's like $3 million a day still. $3 million a day. Now, I don't know what the overheads are, but they're not going to be, even if they were $3 million a year overheads, or $10 million a year overheads, still like $1 billion a year net, like gross profit. So, yeah, it's a lot of money. It'd be silly to risk that for a scam. Seb said Lisk is rebranding soon, apparently. Man, I've heard that rumor for 4 months now. Binance closing meant that no one could sell Bitcoin over there. Mikey's in. Good. Oh, I thought you were in before, weren't you, Mikey? Can't remember. Good morning, people. Sorry to be tardy. No, it is the first time I've seen you today. Sorry to be tardy to the party. Just want to point out that the cheap Binance coin on Yobit for anyone interested, depending on how you feel about confidence. Yeah, I think there's been some good points made in the chat about why we can assume that it is just a, it is real what they're saying. I'm sure some people would be concerned that if they had been hacked or something, this might be a delay tactic, et cetera, et cetera. The conspiracy theories are going to run thick and hard. Was this done for market manipulation? The market was dumping and we needed to stabilize it. So we closed down one of the biggest exchanges in the crypto economy to stop at least $6 billion of volume coming out. I'm just saying, these people will come up with all sorts of conspiracy theories on this. For me, the simplest explanation is usually correct. It's grown ridiculously fast. There has been an increase in the volume in recent days. With the market starting to kick back. We looked at volume yesterday saying it was starting to kick back again. It could be that has put pressure on their system, which has caused problems with syncing. That does actually, to me, seem like the most logical explanation. So given I'm a fan of Akram's razor, I'll stick with that. I don't see any reason not to be confident. He's a very public flat face. He'll go to jail for a very, very, very long time if he's lying about it. That doesn't bring us a lot of solace if he loses all our money. But my point is there's too much to lose in being in like flat out lying on this. Seb thinks that certain alts will actually pump because people have been wanting to rush in. Nodio, people will begin to get in soon, fish. Example, the NASDAQ crunched. Will take a few weeks to recover prices in crypto. It's so resilient and climbs quickly and is young with immense growth ahead. There are starting to be too many alts. Now it's a real case of finding the solid projects. I agree. Stephen Milner, yeah, I think, I mean, not across the board, across the coins that are held on Binance, but as a lot of people are suggesting, it could go the other way. because the market has recovered in general. I'll just do a quick update, but the last 48 hours have been reasonable, you know, fairly strong. We'd call it at least sideways movement. We've stopped the downtrend, so that could be people wanting to get in and feeling that the confidence is restored to the market. Me personally, though, I just keep feeling like I try and put myself in, like, I know it sounds silly, but I try and be the person, try and be the investors. And most investors in this market are new, inexperienced, and are probably overcapitalized. And now that it's been run up from the bottom, they need to take some of that money out to pay their credit card, which they probably put their fiat in on. Unfortunately, until we get out of that sort of investing, we're going to be more susceptible to big dips like this because people are selling because they need to. And that's the thing. You should never need to sell. It should be money that was thrown away to start with. Yeah, market's still fairly steady. I mean, it's taken a little bit of a hit in the last hour, but still looking pretty good. Or like, you know, last 24, 48 hours. But I still think that that's, for me, the overwhelming psychological aspect, the overwhelming thing I am thinking about with the potential sell-off. But don't forget, like, even with $6 billion of volume coming through Binance, it's still not going to, you know, it's still not going to make, like, it's not going to drop the market 30% or something like that. I'm just saying there could be a bit of a sell-off. But, you know, other projects like Icon are really not available in too many other places. And Icon got way oversold on the big event, down to 280 billion. So I know a lot of people who think that's really good value at 4 to 450 where it's been sitting. And given that Binance is one of the very, very few exchanges it's on, and the only major exchange that Icon is currently on, Icon could see a surge in price. But yeah, I just keep thinking about, like most people, the research I've done says that they're new. A lot of people have overinvested. A lot of people have invested on credit. And in that case, it becomes I sell because I need to pay my bills. And if they've been held up for 48 hours, 24 hours, they're at a stage where they just have to do it no matter what the market is because they need that money. Could go the other way, though. We'll see what happens. I was just about to buy Blue Zeal when Binance crashed. I was just about to sell Blue Zeal, said Chris M. You guys do know we have an internal market in the Crypto Wave investment crew. If you trust each other, that is. You can go and do an internal swap in the Crypto Wave investment crew. Forgo the exchanges. That's funny. See, that's the perfect way a market goes right there. Looking to buy, looking to sell. Doesn't Charlie Lee's brother run Binance? Charlie Lee sold LTC at $400 years. She knew something about the market, I guess. Tan Kai Tong saying, retards saying that Bitcoin is a bubble while we are making money in crypto. Yeah, look, I think there's a bubblish aspect to it. But thing is with bubbles, right? Bubbles pop and don't come back. Every time the Bitcoin bubble has popped, it's gone to all new all-time highs again. So I don't think we've seen the bubble pop yet until we stop piercing all-time highs on. Like until we start piercing all-time highs on. Sorry, stop piercing all-time highs on our bull run and collapse to, you know, significantly lower than. No, this would be significantly lower than our highest point. But I have a lot of belief that we'll be going back to those highs again. So I don't see it as bubble popped. Not for Bitcoin itself, but some of the shit coins will pop big time. They'll go down to real obscurity, to a near zero value. Dag Rune Tefre says, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Jia said, hey, hey, hey. What's going on, Jia? Seb said, I'm not worried about Binance at the moment. Institutional money isn't going to get into Bitcoin. They're getting into top 20 alts, said Mark G. How's D? Guest host again soon? Yeah, I hope so, Grinkers. Should be busy, man. But I think I can get her back on the show maybe on Saturday or Sunday. She works during the week, man, so I'll have to get her on a weekend. I could go down and hassle her. She does yoga in the mornings down at D-Bar. So I could just take the computer down and set up a live stream at like 6 o'clock in the morning down there, right next to her and go, hey D, unscheduled, but I'm here with a computer and we're going to talk crypto while you do yoga. So if you think I should do that, Grinkers, say yes. And I'll say, because Grinkers said so. And we'll do it. I'll fully surprise her one day. It'd be funny. Mitch McGlashan, your subliminal PIVX sticker finally worked on me and bought some. Yes. And I don't blink when I'm doing my streams for 1 hour, Mitch. Did you notice that? It's a hypnotist technique. So I'm hypnotizing you to invest well. I think if you, like, I don't like to talk prices, man. I just, I think you've got good value, let's say, because I can talk about the value of the coin. I think you've got good value in purchasing PIVX. So well done and welcome aboard to the PIVX investors. Oh, you got that sorted, AccuFive? Sweet, man. AccuFive said, thanks for the PIVX wallet help, Fish. The funny thing is, AccuFive had 2 PIVX. That's it. And he said, Fish, I want you to help me sort this out because I turned off my computer. It's like we had a power outage or something like that. I think it was AccuFive. The PIVX wallet crashed when the power went out. I need to restore it because I want those 2 PIVX because he said, I believe they're going to be worth good money one day. I said, good on you, man. Let's sort it out for you. So I'm glad if we've got that restored. Nodio said, on the dip, I sidewaysed out some projects to go with ones that had better multipliers back to all-time highs. Example, 3x to a 5x. The doubters of crypto are being interrupted by we who are doing in and winning. Nodio, I did a similar thing, man. I consolidated a bit and like I literally just Icon and PIVX were my 2 focuses during the dip. They're 2 that they were my top 2 for the top 5 this year. They're 2 that I'm still very bullish on and very focused on. So yeah, coins that I'd had good runs up on, like I was still in front of where I bought them in BTC price. And then, especially relative to where PIVX and Icon price, that was probably more relative to BTC price for me. But if I'd had a good run up respective to that and I wasn't so bullish on the project anymore, I actually sold out. So I've done nicely. It feels better to not be so widely diversified in the game. You guys know I had 60 or 70 cryptos at one stage. It's well under 40 now. So, I've knocked a good 20 or 30 out of the portfolio. Not that I don't like some of those projects, it's just that I needed to consolidate. It was driving me insane. Seb Fox said, I would expect that the overcapitalized people would already be out of the market. They would have been in the first wave of panic sellers. Coinbase shut down for maintenance some time ago, and I don't remember it having any impact on prices. It's an interesting point, Altcoin M. I remember in the early days, Altcoin M, it certainly did, man. There was a big crash down to 2,500, 2,400. 2,400 back in, might have even been less than that, back in, I want to say July of last year. And man, I'm sitting there at my Coinbase thing trying to bang fiat in, and it was such a pain in the ass. It was changing my daily limits. It was saying I'd used them when I hadn't deposited anything yet. And it's just insane. But yeah, a lot of that's been fixed up now. So I think that might have affected price a little bit in those early days, for sure, because I know I couldn't get my money in at times. Grinker's all right, done. It's on you, man. If she gets pissed off, I'm going to say, no, Grinker's told me to do it. So stay tuned. I will literally ambush her while she's down there. I'll pull up with the computer. I'll tether to my phone for Wi-Fi, and I'll just pull up at D-Bar and absolutely ambush her. Paul Grobar, sup, fish. Damn near impossible these days to get fiat in the system here in South Korea. Crypto Wave Dex sounds like a winner. Cool, man. I like the idea of these decentralized exchanges coming through. I think they're going to have some development work to do. Take some time to actually really hit their straps. And that's why I think that the centralized exchanges are going to coexist for a while. But yeah, I am going to do that Huobi formula because I promised that to, I forget the name, I'm sorry, but to one of our long-time watchers and first-timers in the chat. So I'll get that Huobi formula out, and we'll have a look at the value proposition of what the potential of holding the Huobi token is. Joe, I am about to leave actually. So Blue Collar Crypto is going to go live after me, which I'm about to sign out. And he said he's going to be discussing the crypto bubble versus the .com bubble. So whether there's any similarities there. Be an interesting show, I'm sure. So Blue Collar Crypto's in the chat. You can just go ahead and click on his name, I think. No, you can't. Search for Blue Collar Crypto and subscribe to the chat. Actually, I'm subscribed, so you can go into my subscribed and check him out there. But yeah, Joe will be going live in 5. I'm just going to do a quick last check of the market and read the last of these comments. Noddy's into Enigma and Nano. I'm worried about Binance. Sorry, Mikey said not worried about Binance either, buying half price BNB on Yobit right now. Well done, Mikey. Play that arbitrage, man. You could get a real good pump on that when it gets opened again. We'll see what happens. Paul Grobar, where do you reckon Gladius is going to hit the market? It's getting close. Yeah, man. I've got to actually check whether I can distribute tokens yet, because we did that as a group, Paul. Oh, you were in that, weren't you, Paul? Was that you, Paul? I got to go. I've got a spreadsheet, but I've got to distribute all the coins. The Q-Link distribution is completed, guys, so everyone should be sorted there. Next one is Gladius. Very, very much looking forward to that hitting the market after the success of Q-Link and Substratum and other shared resources. With Binance down, OKX is the exchange that has dominated the BTC buying, Asian exchange buying it big. Yeah, people have short memories. Everyone sold KuCoin when they were pissed off with the exchange, and it gave us the opportunity to buy the dip. It'll probably be the same for Binance. Tan Kai Tong said, where are you? I'm on the Gold Coast, man. I'm on the border. I'm on the border of Queensland and New South Wales on the east coast of Australia. No, you're right, Blue Collar Crypto. Lunch is at Chevron Fish. Oh, Curry Muncher. Oh, man, I'm too far away from Chevron. It's too far for me to try. I used to live on Chevron Island, man. I used to live on Chevron. So I know Chevron well. Gladius is transferable on 14th of Feb. Find it on exchanges on IDEX and Ether Delta. Awesome, Tan Kai Tong. Thank you for the legendary info, man. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. And guys, I will be working hard to get those transfers out to the Crypto Wave investment crew on that Gladius ICO investment. So please, 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 please private message me with your Ether address if you are. Make sure it's in my Ether wallet, not an exchange address, guys. I need a my Ether wallet address to transfer your tokens into. Paul Grober said it's long-term hold for sure. Ethercept had a scathing analysis of Gladius on Discord a few days ago. You know, the funny thing is Mark G is also a Gladius investor. That's the funny thing about Ethercept. He'll tell it like it is, even if it can potentially affect his own investment. I'll have to go and see what he said. Like he said, love you all. Happy trading. Yeah, dude, take it easy. Yep, see you next time, Wade. Notty-o. We did Bangkok Thai on Chevron yesterday. Oh, yeah, man. You need a PIVX hat? Oh, Chris M, I've got them coming. I have them coming. The PIVX caps are coming. I just ordered them yesterday, man. So then I've got to get them to the embroider to actually get it done. But the new ones I'm getting made will make this look like a piece of shit. I got a really cool idea for the new ones that I'm getting made. So keep an eye out for them. I've only got 21 of them. Limited edition. One of them's for me, one of them's for Tanya. We'll sell the other 19 to raise some money for the rest of Tanya's surfing season with PIVX. So she's competing again tomorrow, by the way, guys. Just the last little sign out for Tanya. Tanya's what design did I choose? I got the PIVX, you know, the PIVX symbol, how's my hair? The PIVX shield, man. I'm going to have that on the quarter and then pivx.org down the side, or maybe across the back, pivx.org. That was pretty much what I was thinking. Pretty basic, but like this is basic, but I get a lot of comments on it. So I think those basic designs work really well. And just using one quarter with the PIVX symbol, I reckon it looks sick. It's pretty much exactly the same as this cap. I ordered 21 of them. If they're really popular, I'll order more, but I'm going to sell them, and with any profits, I'll put them towards Tanya's competitive season for the rest of 2018. PIVX have been super generous, but you know, to travel around the world and compete in all these events costs a shitload of money. So, yeah, I've got to raise a little bit more. And that's one of the things I'll be doing. So if you are interested in a PIVX hat, I'll have them coming probably in the next couple of weeks. Yep, Joe's going to go live, guys. So Blue Collar Crypto about to go live. If you want to continue the conversation, he's going to be talking about the crypto bubble versus the .com bubble. So get over there and have a chat with Joey. Dr. Byteballs, Blue Collar Crypto. I'm going to sign out. Just taking a look at the market. 383 billion, so fairly steady still. Down a little bit in the last hour, but nothing alarming. So take it easy, guys. I'll be back around. I'm in Discord around in Discord at the moment again, guys, also, and I've posted up an ICO that I quite like the look of. I just like your opinion on it before I decide whether I'm going to get involved. So yeah, if anyone's got time to have a look at that one and let me know what they think, it'd be much appreciated. All right, guys, I'll catch up with you tomorrow for another convo. See you then. Fish out.